MJZ Comics back at you with a comic book haul.
Let's start the show. Make sure you give this video a like, hit the subscribe button, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of our new videos.
Today's episode, we went to a couple of local comic book stores and didn't take a lot of money with us. We just decided, let's go have some fun. Let's pick up some lower end books that could in the future be worth some value. Let's take a look at what we got. Now, I know I said we went for low value, but the first book was a little more expensive. I could not pass it up. This book is from 1961. It's a DC classic, one of the best DC villains in the storylines of DC. And without further ado, I was able to find this Green Lantern 7, which, as many of you probably know, this is the first appearance of Sinestro. 1961, folks. This book is old, and it's extremely undervalued. When you think about Sinestro, started off as one of the greatest Green Lanterns, turned evil, became the Yellow Lantern. Just in, so many of the Green Lantern storylines, the Justice League, everything. He's been in comic books since the early 1960s and still continues to show up in the animated shows, the comic books. Just a great, great villain, great storyline. And I've always wanted this book, and I saw it, got it for a great price locally. And again, this is Green Lantern from 1961, Green Lantern issue 7, the first appearance of Sinestro. The next book I picked up, we did see the Black Adam movie, which I really liked. Great entertainment. I thought it was one of the better DC productions that have been set forth. But anyway, I'm a big Dr. Fate fan, and I picked up this book just because of the cover. New book, it is the Black Adam Justice Society Dr. Fate #1, a one-shot story. Plan on reading this one. One of my all-time favorite characters, Dr. Fate. Anyway, Dr. Fate one-shot from the Black Adam movie. Highly recommend the movie. Don't throw eggs at the screen if you don't like it. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was one of the best DC things out there. Dr. Fate, Pierce Brosnan killed it. Awesome character. It's actually the character that Doctor Strange was copied off of. That's the thing, a lot of people I think don't realize that most of the Marvel characters in some way follow something that came out in DC.
I hate to say that, but it's absolutely true because DC usually came out before the Marvel character
Yeah.
did.
The only exception I'd say to that is Aquaman and Submariner. The Submariner came out pre-Aquaman. But anyway, Dr. Fate, cool character.
Cool cover.
Recommend the Black Adam movie. Next book we picked up at a local Second and Charles. I always pick this one up whenever I see it. It's the X-Men #1, done by Jim Lee. Awesome cover with Magneto. Got this for $3 at the local Second and Charles. It's in great shape, near mint. Not much wrong with this book. Again, I pick these up whenever I see them. Put them away. Save them for a rainy day.
I mean, $3, you can't go wrong for a classic cover.
Nope. Love the Magneto.
Next book we picked up is X-Men 36 from 1994. And this is actually a key issue. This is the first appearance of, I believe it's Cinch, who is Everett Thomas. So, cool book and a cool first appearance here.
Yeah, and for $3, you can't go wrong. Who knows if this X-Men character is going to show up in the MCU? But it's a first appearance. And, basically we paid cover price for a book that's probably close to 20 years old now. Next book, we picked this one up at Second and Charles also. Now this is Howard the Duck #1. The significance of this is the first appearance of Gwenpool, who is the obviously female version of Deadpool. And again, $3. Who knows? The way the MCU's been using a lot of female characters, I could see Gwenpool showing up in something. So I figured, hey, for $2, grab this thing. First appearance, Gwenpool. Howard the Duck, and it's a second print.
Next book here, also from Second and Charles, is Wolverine 100 from 1996. This is known as the hologram cover on the CGC label, and this is the quote unquote death of Genesis, who is Cable's son. So, really cool 100th issue, anniversary issue, and a cool cover.
I love these Wolverine. I think these are undervalued comic books, and I think at some point in the future, the Wolverine run is going to be valuable. People are going to want these books. They came out, in the late 80s, early 90s, so they were overproduced. But now, a lot of them are just in people's junk piles, and you don't see them anymore. But you can pick up key issues from the 100 and under, even up to the 150, 160, 170 mark in the Wolverine key issues. I think someday these will be worth a lot more than they are now.
Little bonus tip: Jason's always going about on Wolverine #1 from 1988, first appearance of Patch. So that's a book he keeps thinking it's going to go up, or it's, once it hits the proper age of 40, 50 years, that's going to be a book to have. So something to definitely keep an eye out for if you're a Wolverine fan.
Yeah, it's the Wolverine one from the 80s series, 80s and 90s. It ran for a long time, a lot of books. It's like the first series run of Wolverine, other than the mini series of 1 through 4. And the last book we picked up was an Uncanny X-Men, again from Second and Charles. Got this for $5. I've been on a roll just trying to pick up anything X-Men that has first appearances. If you can get these things cheap, again, the X-Men, they haven't even come to the MCU yet. And when I was a child, X-Men, they were a king. And I think they're going to get back to that point again once they start entering the MCU. So I think it's a good idea to keep picking up any X-Men keys you can get, especially when they're cheap like this. And this is a key book. This is the first Rachel Summers as the second Phoenix. So Phoenix first appearance, it's the second Phoenix, and it's also the issue where the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants changes their name to the Freedom Force. So it's a double key. It's Uncanny X-Men number 199. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments what you think about these pickups. MJZ out.